I'd forgive you if you thought this were a DSLR, but guess what? You're wrong. It's a film camera, you dingus. The best film camera ever made.
And yeah,
I kinda broke it. This is the Nikon F100. Produced from 1999 to 2006, the F100 is the newest film camera I own. Unless you count the Pinsta, which, go watch that video next. Anyway, this thing can shoot up to 4.5 frames per second. That's like only 8 seconds to shoot an entire 36 exposure roll. This could be an expensive video. Did it stop?
Yep.
And it ain't just the fast shooting. This thing has all the creature comforts of a modern digital camera, like autofocus with 5 focusing points and this switch that goes from manual focus to single shot or continuous AF. It's also got 3 metering modes with another nifty little physical switch to go from spot metering to center weighted metering to 3D matrix metering, whatever that is. You can also manually set the ISO from 6 to 6400, and on top of that, you got plus or minus 5 stops of exposure compensation, and you get a really confusing custom settings menu with a bunch of features that I'll
Probably never use.
So that's the specs. But what's it like to actually shoot this thing? Well, coming from a guy that gigs with a Nikon DSLR, it's like a dream come true. But do I really need this thing? Not really. Let's back it up a bit. So in my last video, I showed off my Hasselblad 501 CM that I bought at an estate sale in Fredericksburg, Texas. Anyway, that was the same estate sale where I found the Nikon F100. I saw the Nikon there and gave her the once-over to see if she was worth all my YouTube money. And like one tends to do when checking out a film camera for sale, I
Ruin some film.
I mean, whatever. It's not like they were my shots. Who cares? So I put in 4 AA's, fired her off a couple of times, and brought her home with me. Now, she didn't come with a lens, but that's kind of what's dope about Nikon. You can use almost any Nikon lens on any Nikon camera made from 1959 all the way up to 2020. And I already had the perfect lens at home. This is my AF Nikkor 20mm f2.8. This thing practically lives on my Nikon D7000 DSLR that I use to shoot all my gigs, because I get tons of those. Anyway, I love this lens, but the one thing that always bugged me was the D7000 has a
crop sensor.
real togs don't crop. And with an APS-C camera, this 20mm shoots like a 30mm. And yeah, that's still kinda wide, but fuck that, I want context. So I was stoked to finally unlock the full
Wideness.
of this cute little lens. As soon as I got home from the sale, I slapped the 20 on the 100 and started popping off shots to see if there was any life left in that Provia that I, prematurely exposed. And what do you know? The old Provia came out okay. I think I rated it at ISO 25, and then I cross-processed it in C41. And yeah, the colors look a little off, but considering the negatives look like this,
That ain't half bad.
here's some random deer shots from the camera's previous owner. This last one kind of looks like Lomo Turquoise. Okay, so this thing's working fine, but I think we can do better than some expired slide film donkey shows, so...
At the start of this video, you claim to have broken this obviously functional single lens reflex. As this camera is obviously in working condition, I demand you give me the F100 or I'll have you banned from the analog community subreddit, which I moderate.
Oh no, Reddit, please don't ban me, no. So yeah, I did kind of break it. All my live stream homies know what's up.
Is it broken?
More on that soon. Anyway, children, at this point in our story, the Nikon shoots like a dream. Yes, I am unwell. I mean the camera. The camera's unwell. Let me explain. You see, I wanted to put the autofocus and the fast shooting to the test, because that's like the whole point of this camera. So I decided to load up a roll of Fuji 400 and let Walker run loose in the driveway. But as soon as I loaded her up, something just felt off. First of all, the camera was misreading the DX code.
It's saying it's 800 speed, but it's 400 speed film.
Plus, the back door felt squishy. Well, I guess I gotta get in there and see what the hell is wrong with this thing. But since I already loaded up some Fuji 400, that means that once again, I gotta
Ruin some film.
I know I could have rewound it, but I didn't want to use the film leader retriever.
Give me a break.
Plus, I only wasted like 6 frames, so whatever. Anyway, after opening her up, I noticed there was a missing piece for the latching mechanism of the film door. Lucky for me, I found it still rattling around inside of the camera. So before running off to eBay and wasting money on a replacement film door, I decided to try and super glue it back together. After the glue set, I scraped off the excess and how about that? Good as new. So I lassoed my puppy boy, reloaded that half-burnt roll of Fuji 400 and started popping off puppy pics as he chased after his squeaky toy like a maniac. And they turned out pretty good for some silly test shots. I set the camera to continuous autofocus and aperture priority. I probably stopped down to like f8 or something. And yeah, they ain't perfect. A lot of them are back focused or just terribly composed blurry hip shots. But they look sharp enough, and a lot of them are some pretty cute moments that I definitely would have missed if it weren't for the super fast burst mode. So, it's a fun and fast way to waste film, but does that mean you should snag an F100? Well, not really. But before I can explain,
I got some bad news.
I fucked up.
I keep hitting the button and then it just looks at me. I'm such a boomer. So this is something I'm really excited about. I had no buyer's remorse over this, but you know that, well, I just dropped it. I hope it's not broken. So yeah, I dropped the F100 during a live stream and I broke the lens. And I was pretty bummed out.
Fuck, I broke my lens.
So, welcome to Nick's Lens Repair. Okay, so the glass looked fine, but the focus ring was stuck, and I heard something rattling around in there. First, I used these little rubber cone thingies to unscrew the front element, but apparently that was wrong. So, after a quick Google search, I found some screw holes under the rubber focus grip. Now, I couldn't get all 3 screws out, because I think I warped the plastic housing when I dropped the dang thing. But after removing 2 of them and loosening the 3rd, I was able to shimmy it open a bit, and this little tiny piece with a little tiny screw fell out.
I hope it ain't important.
Anyways, I kept on fiddling around until I shook out a couple more pieces. Then I screwed her back together, put my rubber back on, and it works! I mean, I think it does.
Let's find out.
With the sun getting low, I loaded up some HP5, pushed it to 3200, handed Sarah the camera, and let our puppy boy run free yet again. And would you look at that? We've got focus! I mean, sometimes. So, is the F100 for you? Well, yet again, the continuous AF has proven to be less than 100% reliable. We probably could have zone focused and got as good, if not better results. But manual focus kind of defeats the whole purpose of this fancy modern film camera. Okay, so maybe you're more interested in the 3D matrix metering. 3D matrix metering! Well, it ain't like it's some magic bullet. Shooting HP5 at 3200 and aiming directly at the sun definitely pushed this thing to its limits. Well, what if you just want it for the super fast burst mode? I mean, yeah, it's neat, but how many identical blurry dog photos does a man really need? I know I always say shoot more, think less. And this Nikon, with all its fancy automatic settings and fast continuous shooting, is definitely the perfect tool for wasting a lot of film really fast without putting a lot of thought into it. But if you like film because it makes you slow down, get intentional, and train your eye to wait for that decisive moment, then do you really need all that automatic fast shooting?
Probably not.
Thank you, Internet. I'm Nick. Join LoPresti Army. It's the best way to support the channel, and you get your name down here on the end of the videos. Go to madebylopro.com and give what you can to help make analog fun again. Thank you to all the homies in the live stream that gave to the Nick Needs a New Lens Fund. I fixed the lens, but thank you anyway. I appreciate it. It's all gonna go to future videos, so hell yeah. If you're still here, say keep it hunted, and thank you everybody. You can do the emoji, or you can just say keep it hunted. Keep it hunted. Nikon F100. Thank you everybody. Bye.